trouble brewing. Ask Alma. Evil doing. Ask Alma. Time for viewing. Ask Alma. Are you down, feeling low? Are trials weighing heavy on your mind? I know a place we can go. Sit back and unwind. Grab a seat, put up your feet, and we'll ask Alma. Ask her anything. She has a certain flair for being tough, but always fair. So if you need someone who cares, ask Alma. Problems big or small, she has the answers to them all. So drop your questions, have them solved by Alma. You can ask her anything. Trouble brewing. Ask Alma. Evil doing. Ask Alma. Time for viewing. Ask Alma.
Hello, hello, hello. Y'all ready? I ain't ready. I ain't gonna lie. But that's okay. That's okay. Thank goodness for theme music. How y'all doing? Just sit down. Gotta catch my breath. Lord. How y'all? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Who is here? Who beat me here? Say hello to me so I can say hello to you. Carol, how are you, girl? I am getting ready to start the book you sent me. So when I finish it, I'll send it back to you, okay? Okay. Lisa. Lisa is one of my oldest, dearest friends. Oh my goodness, Lisa, we're not even going to tell them how old we were when we were playing together. Oh my gosh. I am so glad you're watching. Thank you. Thank you. Mary Lou. Hey, Diva girl. Hey, hey. My almond joys. My almond joys. I know we got some Snickers up in this bad boy, but that's okay. We're welcoming y'all too. That is so cheesy, but funny. Okay. Come on in, because it is going to be such a fantastic show tonight. We got the regulars on board. Hi, Gail. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. I hope Rosie is logging on. I hope Judith is joining us. Clarice, say hello if you're watching. I think the cousin's on board, y'all. Dana, Donna. Not all of us have names that start with D's. But Vosh, how are you? So good to see you. I'm sending you a hug. Sending you a hug. Vosh. And where's Bobby? So Vosh, text him. Tell him to hit the button. Alvin, I need the He Said 3 on board tonight. Yes, yes. That's all I'm saying. Whew. Okay. Gotta get it together. Gotta get it together. I'm gonna be all right by the time we start. I'll bring my BFF in here, my sidekick Dee Dee girl.
Hey, Alma.
What's going on?
It's been a day. I heard you talking about your day. It's been crazy.
Oh my gosh,
Whew.
Pat Walkup. Hey Pat,
Hey,
how
Pat.
are you?
There's Sean. Hey, Vosh.
Sean,
Gail.
Sean,
Lisa.
Sean.
Carol.
I got favorites. Y'all know Pat and Sean are two of them. So we got the regulars with us tonight. We ain't gonna hold off any longer. Just bring in the regular crew. Manisha.
Hi everyone. Hey Miss D. Hey
Hey,
Lori.
Lily.
Miss Lori.
How are
Got my
you?
popcorn ready.
Good. I'm
Hey,
so
Tracy.
glad. Tracy. We got the mayor on board. I had popcorn too, Manisha, but then I thought like the producer might not want it to be all in my teeth and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, popcorn's a challenge to
Good
eat.
move. Good
In
move.
your teeth.
Yeah. In my teeth.
In your
I had my
teeth.
wine and my popcorn, which, sometimes that's what you need.
Olivia Pope.
There you go.
Yes.
That's right. The popcorn and the wine. How y'all doing?
Good, thank you. Like you, a little bit of a hectic day, but it's okay. We're here now. and it's all better.
We are here. And y'all know I can't talk about my job. It's top secret. Well, it ain't top secret. They just said I can't talk about it on my show. But
That's all right.
anyway, it was really a busy day. Let me just say. It was a busy day, and I am so grateful that all of you, including the mayor, have taken the time to slow down for a minute, walk through the door, plug in the laptop, and hit the button.
That's it. That's it.
And
Because we love you, Alma.
Thank you. You know I love y'all back. Absolutely, family. Ain't nothing but big ups family up here tonight. That's why I was like, it'll be
Hey,
fine.
Mary Lou.
We got the regulars on. I'm not even worried about it.
Bro,
Doug.
Roll song back one hit.
Yeah, let me
Here you go.
Here you go.
Uh,
I love
and,
you.
and it goes a little something like this.
Right.
see you laughing. I'm gonna make you play it next time. Be ready. Be ready to play it.
What's up, Sean?
Hey,
Hey,
Sean.
Sean.
Hey Doug, where are you? Doug Jordan, how you doing? Trouble brewing. Ask Alma, you know it. So, hey y'all. I was thinking about something. What I wanted, something to ask y'all about tonight. See if y'all had heard about it, because y'all know I'm in the know.
All right now.
Okay, we're ready.
So, have y'all heard about the new chicken and waffles ice cream? Y'all heard about?
Ooh,
Y'all heard about it? Hey,
No.
y'all heard about it in the chat. Let me hear.
I
Let me
could have
hear.
done with
Y'all
it.
heard about it?
That's
Anybody?
terrible.
So the
know-
ice cream is supposed to taste like chicken.
Chicken and
Oh my
waffles.
gosh.
Is
Yes.
it just ice cream on top of the waffle, or is it
If it
You-
was
chicken and
ice cream
waffle
on top of the
flavored ice
waffle,
cream?
It's chicken and
yeah.
waffle flavor ice cream on
Oh
top of it. Lisa
gosh.
said no. But
No.
so it's
No.
these crunchy things that
Mm.
taste like chicken.
Mm.
And then they have another crunchy thing that tastes like a waffle. And that's all mixed up in the ice cream. And then
Well,
it
is it
has
chocolate ice
maple
cream?
syrup,
Oh,
maple syrup
And it's served on
drizzle.
top of a waffle.
And you can dip it out in a container and
Put it
put
on
it
the
on
cone
top
if
of
you
the
want
Well,
to.
just
waffle if
looking
you
at that
want.
image, it was on top of a waffle, which we say,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
that's like a waffle cone with ice cream on top of it. But you know what's
Yeah.
throwing me?
What?
The chicken part.
Yeah.
I kind of
So
don't want that in my ice
I
cream.
don't
Your
even
chicken
want
should be
waffle
hot.
tasting ice cream. You know how many chemicals they had to put in there to make it taste
But you
like
know,
chicken
but
and
but
waffle?
many cones might be made, waffle cones, and
Right.
okay, this is a thicker one.
Right.
You
Mhm.
might, I mean, if you just had to, you might be able to get past that
Yes.
part. But I'm telling you, the chicken is just throwing
No.
me. I'm
Yeah.
thrown. I'm totally thrown here.
But
I
see, that's
bet
I'm a
cheese
fan of chicken, so I don't want my chicken
cheese
any
cooking
other
every
way than the
day.
way it comes.
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah,
it. No, I want my ice cream. I want my chicken.
So
I'm with you,
the
D.
the
see, that's
nasty.
reporter, when I was listening to the story, the reporter said, "Now that we talking about it, I just rather had the chicken in my ice cream
oh,
instead of the
Mm-mm,
fake stuff that's
I don't know
supposed to
which is
taste
Right.
worse. I don't know which is
mm-mm.
worse.
Oh my gosh. Mm-mm,
But
mm-mm.
you know what that reminds me? It reminds me of these people on TikTok that do these crazy recipes just to get eyeballs. You know, 'cause
Right.
they clearly know
And
that
they drag them
nobody
out for like 20, 25
right.
minutes.
didn't
Right.
It
know.
drags out. There was a woman the other night. She lined a pan with hot dogs. Then she poured egg on top of that. Then she put cheese on top of that. Then she did the hot dog, egg, cheese until it was at the top.
Oh,
And
she's
she
making
said,
lasagna.
yeah, well, she was making the hot dogs. And
How
she
The
said,
hot
gross.
dog.
How
and now
gross.
we're gonna put this in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. Now, now all them eggs sitting up in there.
Right.
You know you put it in
Ew.
the oven for like a day and a half. You know, to cook all them eggs. You know,
Were they
With
scrambled
those
or
hot
you just
dogs, you
yeah,
crack
they
need
the
to
were
eggs
have it
and
in
drop?
there a day and a
they
half.
were
The eggs would have
scrambled.
gotten done.
No,
Ugh,
after she
So
told me about it
gross.
scrambled
in
eggs, she
15
was
minutes,
oh, that's nasty.
yeah, they
So
Ooh.
were
it's hot
like it
dog
was
scrambled eggs, hot dog scrambled eggs,
and cheese.
and cheese.
Yeah.
I like
That's
cheese.
vile.
Put
I
That
do
is just
cheese
too.
on
vile. There's
anything.
Oh
no
Yeah.
other way to describe that
yeah.
other than vile.
And she cut a piece after 15 minutes. And when she pulled it up out of there with the spatula, it was just dripping with raw egg.
Ew.
You know, and she was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
this is gonna be good."
Right. No. The eggs weren't done and the hot dogs weren't done. The only thing in there for 15 minutes, the cheese melted.
The
Yes.
cheese melted.
And so even if
Or
you
raw
wanted to
eggs.
try it and convince yourself that was good, that wasn't good.
So,
That
so
wasn't.
now I got a question for y'all. Now, if she had cooked it another 15 minutes, would you taste it?
No.
I can't
Like
say
Pat
that. I
said.
would have.
Pat wants to
Like,
know why you
Pat,
watch
why were you
that.
Look, Pat
watching
said,
it?
"Why'd you watch that, Lee?"
Patricia, the reason is that it was so disgusting. And she was so giddy about it. I just had to watch and see
To the
how it
end.
was going to turn out. Yeah, 'cause I wanted to see
Yeah.
her stick some of that in her mouth. That's what I wanted to see.
Did she?
No, of course, no. She just pulled it. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? It's going to taste great. And then the thing ended, you know.
I'm not even gonna lie. I watched to the end too when I'm
Yeah.
watching them lead because I just want to
love it.
see how it
Yeah.
ends. Like,
Because
how
I'm
will
furious
it
the whole
end?
time, which is the
Me
point of why
too.
they do it.
Me
They
too.
want
Right.
you to be mad, you know,
Yeah.
and they want you to like, you know, jump in the comments. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? They love it, you know. So
You know what?
Mm.
All of you know, I am not. I'm not going to say I don't cook. I'm not a big cooking kind of girl. But what I am good at is going to the grocery store and what's already made, like
Creating
making
a meal.
it better. I do that
Okay.
all the time. I was doing that before,
Enhancing.
like I've been enhancing for like 25 years. And so, because somebody told me, you guys heard about the new chicken in a cast iron frying pan recipe? Like it's this new
Oh, yeah.
heavy, that one.
That's new?
And I'm thinking, well, it's not
It
new,
ain't
but
new.
people are like doing it again. But it's like, who is cooking a chicken now? Like you can get cooked chicken at the gas station. Like,
Yeah.
who is
sometimes
it?
I'll do it. Sometimes
cook a
I'll do it. Sometimes I'll do it, you know.
Why?
Because I'm just coming up with my own concoctions and
And
stuff.
you want to season it your way and things like that. It takes nothing to bake chicken.
No, I'll
Yeah.
do that. Anyway.
Alma said, nah.
But I'm gonna go with you. The fried chicken at the Royal Farms.
Girl.
Now that's some good chicken.
Man, that's
Girl.
but look
Hey,
here.
if you got to buy chicken from a gas station,
Yeah.
Royal Farms,
that's your spot.
with
But
the
see-
waffle.
But see, here's the funny thing. You know, everybody, talks trash about Royal Farms and buying gas station chicken. Down south where I'm from, all gas stations sell fried chicken.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, every gas station.
You would have never convinced me that I wanted that until like I tried
Oh,
the
my
one
God.
from
Me
Royal
too.
Farms, and I was like, oh wait a minute now, they can put the
But
Colonel out of
they're
business.
not. It's not gas stations the way we remember gas stations either. They're really like,
That's
convenience
true.
stores
But
and
my
where you
but my
can't get
vision
gas.
that is absolutely true. But my vision, when I was told we're gonna stop at the gas station and get chicken, that all didn't
You're like,
quite
no.
register with me. I'm like,
We
why are
may
we
have
doing
been
that?
with the same person, but at separate times with that gas station and the
Well,
chicken.
but I was like you, Alma. I was like, well, why are we doing that? Why don't we
Yeah,
just
me
go to the
too.
grocery store?
You know what? In South Louisiana, you can stop at gas station and get fried chicken, boudin sausage,
Lord have
ribs,
mercy.
pork chop sandwiches.
Tire rims, oil.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Listen,
Pork
I've done
chop
a whole bunch of
sandwiches.
stuff driving from Maryland to Florida and stopping. I
Yeah.
learned a whole record of stuff
Speaking of
at the
gumbo,
gas station.
I'm with you, Lori. I'm gonna exit off. I'm gonna
Well,
follow.
have you seen
the
these new
sign.
y'all
with
niceness.
Buc-ee's?
See,
Y'all enjoy.
These new mega gas station convenience stores called Buc-ee's.
yeah, they got them in Texas.
They're like in Georgia's and Texas. They're starting to move
They're
north and
huge,
east.
huge.
And
I
they
don't
talk
know.
about this brisket that they sell that has people
They
driving
say
off
it's
the
good.
road to get
They
to
say
it.
it.
Like it is.
Out of
people
Texas, I would believe it.
Yeah, you can literally buy a boat in Buc-ee's.
They have
When you stop
100
for
pumps.
gas.
They have
Yeah, you can buy
100
a boat.
gas pumps.
At
Like,
one
it-
location,
They're huge.
Yeah, they got
They're
clothes.
huge.
They got
then that's not a gas station. That's a mall, and you can get gas.
Get
Well,
gas.
Right,
it's
right.
Right.
It's
That's
like
what
a
that is.
Walmart gas station type thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Except it's
Yeah.
Walmart attached to it. You know?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
see- speaking of Walmart, did you see that the last 2 Walmarts closed in Portland yesterday?
No.
You know times are hard when you
And they
shut
just
down
closed the one in
Walmart.
Washington, D.C. They just closed the one over by Union Station.
Hmm.
There was
In
a
Washington,
Walmart by
D.C.
Union Station.
Yeah.
in Washington D.C. And every
That's probably
time,
why it closed and nobody knew it was there.
what? No,
Right.
every time I
Except
go
for
that
homeless
way,
people.
no, every time I go that way, there's a jam right there where you just can't, for people getting off, getting on. I was surprised to hear the excuse they gave was it wasn't making money, and I'm thinking a Walmart. I mean, I haven't covered retail in a while, but I've not known a Walmart to not make money. So I think there's a little
I
bit
don't
more
think it
going
did.
on, but
Right.
I don't think
the
it did, Lori,
economy is
and
doing what it's doing.
I don't think it did because of partly of what you were saying. Like you couldn't get in, you couldn't get out. Like
Right.
it's
Right.
just a jam right there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
these
for us
people
commuters, but DC is a walking subway kind of community. So I was still a little surprised, but yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Even that becomes, once it becomes a hassle, and you're
Right.
leaving Walmart with a lot of stuff, so it's not conducive to walking a
But
good
as
way.
one
far
of
as
So
our
Union Station, that's more of a working class coming from the capital, taking the train kind of crowd.
yeah,
To
but
go to
used to be
Walmart, you gotta have on pajamas.
used
well,
to be me because
but
now in
this
Union
store is
Station
on.
is shut down. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, and this store is not in Union Station. It's on H Street and
I was trying to
First. It
understand.
crosses H and First. So
Yeah, it's not
anywho,
it.
anyway, sorry, didn't mean to take up that
Gail
much
said
time.
too much shoplifting in Portland, losing money.
Yeah, must be.
Ah,
Wow, that's a
there it
good
is.
point. That's a good
There it
point.
is.
Well, when you
Wow.
make people bring up their own stuff, what do you expect?
Oh,
I
they
hardly
have the
bring up
people
mine.
standing there waiting on you there. I think it's folks walking in and
Right,
stuffing.
walking in, right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I got to tell y'all this story. Then we're gonna listen to the questions. I think I told y'all that story already about Ava. Okay, that's okay.
Question,
I
question
really did
number
tell you.
one.
Right. I really did tell y'all this story already. I remember going into Walmart in the door. Anyway, so for the newbies, because I hope we have some newbies on board tonight, let me explain to you what happens here on Ask Alma, and I need to take a minute to read the disclaimer. So our disclaimer: all materials and information presented on this episode are for general information and entertainment purposes only. We do not have PhDs, but we could offer you sound advice like we're your friends living down the street. The views and the thoughts and opinions of our panel belong to us and are not the opinions of NNPA. They probably would put a little bit more into it than we do. But anyway.
This is us.
This is us, and this is what you're gonna get. We ain't gonna hurt your feelings, but you're gonna hear what we got to say. So
And it might hurt your feelings, but
yeah, it
that's
might
not
hurt
the
your
intent.
It's
feelings.
still in
It's
love.
not the
It's
intent.
That
all
is
in
not
love.
the
All in
intent.
love.
Yes.
It's all in love. And what we do here is we go over 3 questions and give you our best advice. So we asked Patrice to be our VVR this evening. So welcome, Patrice. Get us started on the questions of the night.
Hi everyone, my name is Patrice and I'm this week's VVR for Ask Alma. Here's our first question. Hi Alma, I have a question for you and your panel. I've been in a relationship for about 1.5 years. Yes, I love this man. He's a lot older than me and amazing, handsome, funny, and smart. He takes care of me in everything else. He provided me with a cell phone, a nice car, and apartment. He pays the bills for the phone, the car, and my rent. He buys all my clothes and tells me how to match them up and how to wear them. He has better taste than me, so I don't mind. All he requires is that I check in with him daily. If I'm going out, he wants to know where I'm going and who I'm with. He said he doesn't want to get married or live together. He said he loves me and just wants to take care of me. He works very hard and says he enjoys his alone time, and that's why we don't live together. He said most women don't understand and want to get married, and that's why he loves me. I give him his space. My sister says he's possessive and finds him to be creepy. I think all those characteristics show that he loves me and has my well-being at heart. Here's my question for the group. If you have a man that takes care of everything and wants to tell you what to wear and check on you, is that creepy or overbearing? Yes.
I love that she reads the questions and answers the questions, and then she moves on.
Yes.
Did Kim Kardashian write that note? It sounds like she talking about Kanye or something.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this. This is a young woman clearly
Oh
who.
my God.
Yeah. But you see things differently when you're young. I guess I want to start out by saying I think what can be what you perceive as sweet and caring at 22,
Right.
at 32 and 42, you're like, why do I have to call you and tell you where I'm going and who I'm with? So her sister is trying to convince her a little bit that you need to back up out of this because you're basically being
Played.
played.
She can do whatever she wants. She just has to call and say where she is.
Well, the thing is, this guy he has set up the place for her.
I'm thinking,
He
you know,
has
at this
all it
age,
like
that's a package.
at 20 something.
I get
It's like,
clothes and rent free and what's the other
Yeah,
thing?
this dude got 4
Yeah.
other women. He
And
doing
he
the
might,
same
and
thing.
he might, but if
Come on,
you,
that's
I
an
gotta make a
easy
phone call once a day to say, hey, this is where I'm going. This is who I'm with. I'll
That's
talk to you
easy.
later. I don't know. Right
that
now, I'd be
sounded
like,
too bad, did it?
yeah,
Yeah,
not bad at all.
no, because she started with I love this man and we've
Yes.
been at it for a year and a half. And so without him asking, she would have done that anyway. Hey, I'm Alma and I going to dinner. I'll holler at you around 9 o'clock. I think we'll be back. It's if it's that. If it's I'm going to the laundromat, we're in a different realm.
Yeah.
But so that part didn't creep me out. It is more or less what Lee said, because the I want space
Yeah,
part.
that's
I
an
mean,
easy.
dude, and dude is older, so dude might not want to get married. I don't even have a problem. I don't think that's a problem or creepy either. But she's not connected the dot of why apartment, clothes, cell phone, car. So there's a reciprocal that's going on there.
Mhm.
And where you are, and that's the dot she's really not
And like Lisa
connecting.
said, pimp daddy.
Right.
Yeah, and, the thing is that she's a kept woman with restrictions.
Yes, a
Right.
kept young
And,
woman.
and because he supplied her with all this stuff, including the cell phone, he sees who she talks to.
Yeah,
He
Right.
sees all of her
exactly.
text messages.
That's what her
You know what I
sister's
mean?
trying to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so that's ridiculous, man. Like I said,
Mhm.
he had 4 other women. He doing the same thing too.
Yeah.
And I don't chalk this one necessarily up to age. She just don't sound real bright.
Well,
You
and
know?
depending on what her age is, then it is a young girl's mistake because he's wooed her with
Yes.
all of this other
Stuff.
stuff. I mean, it's either broke dude over here or dude flowing over here, and again, she's not connected the dot that
Right.
the reciprocal. I'm not talking tawdry stuff. I'm thinking what you just said. The reciprocal is I
Right.
get to be controlling. I get to know where you go. I get to watch the text messages. I put it together. Basically, I'm telling you what you're wearing.
Right.
Go get a
Are
Barbie
you?
doll.
Yeah.
For
This is
real.
what you're
Go
gonna put
dress a
on.
Barbie doll.
This is what you're going to wear. And what
Hmm.
happens later? Like, this is a fun answer, but how long will you do this? He's just
Yeah.
telling you what they wear right
sure.
now. What does
Yeah.
this turn
She doesn't
into?
recognize the bondage that it is, really.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Got cats like that, she'll age out,
Right. Right.
and
That's
he'll
what I'm
move
trying
on,
to
Right,
tell you.
move on
exactly.
to somebody, around her age and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I mean, that's the easy
What
one.
you should get is a
Who's
mortgage
who?
and not rent. So when
Well,
it's time
but
to
see,
go,
Right.
she's satisfied right now, and he's satisfied in doing it for her.
right.
To
Mhm.
Lee's good point, this is an older cat who likes that he can provide this for young women. She
Yeah.
will age out because she'll either
Mhm.
become more demanding about getting married
That's what I
or
thought too.
connect the dot. I got you dressing me, housing me, riding me. Well, and
Right.
no, and when she does, then there's young girl number 2,
Right.
who will be loving the same thing.
Same thing. Exactly. Because what's funny to me though, D, was your joke on the front end. Like it is controlling
Right.
when you're 20 something, but may not be a bad deal at 50.
50 something.
Oh, you coming back next week, Thursday? Fine.
She's gonna be gone for
Right.
10 days.
That's
Oh,
good.
darn.
Right.
Right. And I can
I'm
tell you,
okay
I'm
with
at the laundromat, and Alma and
Could
I
be
are who knows
anywhere.
where, whatever,
You can be
because you can
Exactly.
anywhere.
forget,
And I could get
the
another
cell phone
phone,
and leave it at
and you can
home.
watch
You ain't
this
got
one
to
if you
carry the
want.
cell
Right.
phone.
Right.
He probably has
Daddy,
a little. He probably has one of those like low jacks on her car, so
I
he
was just
knows
gonna
where
say
she
that
is,
ain't happening, Lord. Because
where
if
she
even if
is.
you leave it,
But
she got a low jack on there.
Right. Can see where she
Leave it.
goes.
I mean,
but her question is he creepy? Not should I leave? I mean, we're not.
right.
Right.
She
No.
seems to be perfectly comfortable in this situation.
You
That
be
isn't what
comfortable
she wants
too.
to know. Yes, you're
Hmm.
right. We already had that conversation.
I told you she ain't real bright. Now her sister sees
She
it.
could be
Of course, that's
she
creepy.
could be smarter than we think
I
because
don't think
Hmm.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think
right now
No,
she has
not from
all
that
of
letter.
her.
She ain't.
She didn't say she doesn't work, right?
Right. She didn't say that.
didn't bring
She
up
could
a
be tuck,
job.
He didn't say
she
she
could
did though.
she could be tucking away all her little pennies
No,
and
because
what?
then she would be a little bit smarter and at
Why?
least
We know rich dumb people. We
Yeah,
know
she's
plenty
a
of people
kept
Correct.
we would think
she's a kept
should be
woman.
smarter. She could be smarter than we all think. But she
Hmm.
might he might be just creepy.
I'm sorry, D. I ain't reading that into that letter. I'm
Yeah.
Well,
reading.
it is
I'm
perspective
reading.
because we all have done things that we look back on and said,
Not
"Oh my
that.
God, did I
Not
believe
that.
that? Did I do
We
that?"
ain't done nothing like that. Nothing like
We
that.
have all done
Not
something
like that.
where we would have
Not like
been, "You idiot."
girl, you pay your own rent.
yeah. You
Come
gotta
on
pay
now,
your
who
Yes,
own
paid
thing
your
now.
rent?
because
Right.
I have never had anybody offer. If someone
But
said to
You don't
me,
get something for nothing.
"I'm gonna pay your rent," you just gotta call me once a day. I'm like, "Hey,
And
babe,
tell me where you are, and
listen,
drive the car that
ew.
I'm gassing and paying the bills on.
hey,
Ew. Hey, Charlene. Charlene said she was late to the party, but we are glad
hi,
you're here, girl.
Charlene."
Hey, girl. Hey.
Yeah,
Charlene. Yeah.
That's kind of controlling. I think it's kind of
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
And I think she'll grow out of it. I hope. But I also hope that she gets a job. I think if she had a job, she would have said it. I have a
Why? Why would
job.
she have to say that?
Because you
That's
say
not
that
part
when
of
you
the
have a
letter.
job.
But she didn't say she didn't. So,
Right. She didn't say
Right.
she didn't.
but she
I,
didn't say she
and she
did.
didn't say she did.
Yeah. We just got to
But
go to work on the letter.
she said nothing about her own capabilities. And
Yeah.
that's what I found to be odd. Like if you are doing one thing for yourself, you usually say,
Well,
I
but the
am,
her question really is just if she wants us to
because her
confirm for
sister
her
said,
that her
yeah,
situation is not creepy.
creepy. Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah,
Real
she didn't ask us should she stay or should she give any of that stuff back or
sure.
should she buy her own car. None
Yeah.
of those things was the question. She just
Never
wanted
give
to know.
But I
anything
gotta
back.
say,
Never give
D, I
anything
think,
back unless it's a ring.
It's
I'm
real.
yeah,
sorry, Lori. Go ahead.
but no, because I think Alma did put her finger on the other thing. This is a woman who is insecure.
Yeah.
This is very much someone who lacks confidence,
Yeah.
because with those two things, she'd have figured this out a while ago. And even if she accepted them, she'd have her own line to draw,
Yeah.
right? I'm not calling to
I
tell you
wasn't
where I
getting that.
am.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a dependence, especially for such a young woman in
Mhm.
2023. You're getting a level of dependence that's just kind of
Well, some
interesting.
people they think that those kinds of things are love. And
Yes.
for some
Yeah,
people,
Paying
that's
for
what
an
love
yeah,
looks
apartment.
like.
Paying
right.
If
for an
my
apartment.
baby wants me to call him every time I
Right.
take a step, he cares about where I am. That may be
Uh-huh.
just how she views it because we have
Correct.
women who believe that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Where they don't
It's a
even
remember,
see it as
distorted
that.
notion.
Right.
yeah, because
That
some of
ain't gonna
the
last long. You let her go out one time without saying she went to Walmart at Union Station.
He's
Right,
gonna
right.
show up at the Walmart,
He gonna
no,
show up because he got the
not
low jack on the
low
car
jack on the car.
and can track her phone.
not at the Walmart. What if she goes to what's that club on New York Avenue? She'd be down at City Lights.
Oh yeah,
I'm at
she'll be safe.
Walmart, but she has City
She'll be
Lights.
seeing city lights. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. That's when.
Right.
So do we agree with her sister? Is it kind of creepy or
Yes.
no?
Yeah.
resounding yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
there's something wrong with him. You know, Lee, maybe you can answer this question.
I
I
told
mean,
you what was
not
wrong with
that
it.
he's got 4 other people, but
Yeah,
what is real now? What is going on with him? What is that? Is
he's
it
a
just that
player
he's
from the
controlling?
Himalayas. He's
He's
a
a
player from
player
the
from the
Himalayas.
Himalayas.
Yeah, it's
You said he's a what?
But there has to be
a
some kind of
player
insecurity
of
on
the
his part where
Himalayas.
he feels like he has to give all these things to get any kind of
Yeah,
Because
return
that's what I'm
affection.
saying.
he's an older cat, right? And so he ain't, killing women with his well, she says he's good looking, but he ain't
Right.
killing women the way he used to. So it's easier if he has a nice gig
Stuff.
to kick it out. You know what I
Right.
mean? So obviously he's pulling in enough money to at least support one woman, and he probably, she may have the gold package, and somebody else may have the silver package, which doesn't
And the bronze
right,
package.
and the bronze package.
And the
And so-
penny
He has them all living in the same apartment building.
Right. But maybe the gold package is you pay your own rent, but you get a phone and a car.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Then the bronze is we'll get you a phone, but you gotta get your own car.
You know, it
and
just
your own
occurred to
apartment.
me that if he's paying
And
her
we
rent,
didn't
he
imagine that
probably
he
has
could be
keys to her
married.
house.
I
Yeah,
thought
I thought
that
about
too.
that too.
I thought he
Uh-huh.
might be married. I thought
But
he
I
might
thought if
be
he's
married.
paying her rent, he likely has keys
no, he
to her
spent a
house.
little bit. He spent a little bit too much money to be married.
Right. Unless there's a company
Yeah, he
involved
spent
where
a little
he
bit too
can.
much money to be married. And like I said, he's doing this. He's done this before, and he's doing it now.
Yeah.
He's just gonna wake up one day and say, I'm gonna get somebody an apartment.
Right.
He's done this before. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, he ain't married.
And
Okay.
elevated to this, sort of what Lee said. He's
Right.
gotten to
So
a
he's
place
not
now
creepy.
that-
He's very calculated, though, sweetheart.
Very.
And you have to, especially at your age, pull yourself away from that.
Yeah. Or at
And
least wait. Hold on, sister girl. Get yourself a job first.
yeah,
And a
right.
place.
And get your
And a
savings
car,
account
right.
together. 9 months tops. By the end of a year, since you love them, you should be able to lay down some demands or be on your way. Or if you still want to be in it, that's fine. But you need to have a job and saving your own money.
And
That's
set
all.
some different parameters. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
Well,
Because
she
then you're
might
gonna
not
find
want
out
to.
whether he loves you.
yeah, right.
'Cause that's-
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't set parameters if I were you, because I think then that might, end this little thing you got. So
Gotta go get
I
your own
would
little
say, right. Do
Well,
what
then
you need to
everybody's
do.
using everybody, and then love is just going out the door. So that's what her sister's trying to tell her.
Right.
Wake up, pumpkin.
Yeah. I like
Okay.
that. So that's our advice. Wake up, pumpkin. See how kind we can be? See all the love wrapped up in that? The dogs see all the love wrapped up in that. I love that. That was
Matter of
so
fact,
good.
I wrote a song about it. You want to hear it?
And it goes a little something like this.
It's called. It goes something like this. It's called Player from Gum Springs.
I think I met him. Tina Daniels, how are you, girl? Tina is going to be our VVR for next week. I
What
got
up,
the
Tina?
word.
Tina.
Yes, indeed.
Hey,
Okay, you guys, let's listen to the next question.
Hi, Alma. My sister wants to be an Instagram influencer. She videotapes our family without them knowing. My parents don't know, and our sister and brother are much younger, 5 and 8, so they don't really understand when she makes them do things so she can post it. She's 16 and I'm 14. I've tried to explain and tell my mom, but I don't think she understands. How can I get my sister to stop posting about us and respect my privacy?
Recap on the question. And you know what? I've gotten this question a couple of times, and I thought I would pick this young woman for us to talk to tonight, because there are a number of people who video people in their
All the
family
time.
and post it. And how do y'all feel about that? What do you think about that? First things first.
Well, I mean, obviously it's an invasion of privacy, but
Yeah.
she's 14. Well, she's 16 years old,
Yeah.
and so she doesn't get it. But there are laws and stuff about putting minors and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Taping minors and putting them on the thing. So maybe her sister needs to say something to her about that, show that to her in black and white. Go to the
But
mom.
do you get it, Lee, when you're that age? Do you
Well,
really get it and do you
but
understand it?
if she goes to their mother and say, listen, this is more than just me not liking this.
Right.
She could get in serious trouble. You could get in serious trouble because you're her parent.
Right.
And these are federal laws. You know what I mean? That you could violate. And short of that, I slapped that phone out of her hand.
Yeah.
You know?
I have
Right.
seen adult people like videotape grandparents who didn't know,
Right.
or older aunts and uncles who are basically in the room.
Right.
And they are taping them. A lot of kids taping parents who say one thing and do something
Right.
else.
Exactly.
And they'll say, hey, you go around and tell your friends that you do this, but look at what you're doing. I was just taping you. And they
Well, that
upload it.
happened January 6th. A young lady taped her mother in DC and posted it and said, my mother's supposed to be head of the PTA, supposed to be in Colorado with her
She dimed
friends
her out. Yeah.
skiing, and here she is
Yeah, she dimed her
at
out.
the Capitol, posted it on. It was a mess. I mean, a lot of
Wow.
school districts now are doing social media lessons on safety issues and just things that you should not do. I frequently have that conversation with students because privacy is important, and in a lot of places, it is illegal. So with the family, it makes it a little difficult because, like, are you going to sue your daughter? But parents, I think too many adults are not paying attention to what kids are doing on social media anyway.
That's what she says. They're not. My mom's not paying attention.
Yeah, this
until she posts something. Go ahead, I'm sorry, Larry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. She
I was
posts
going to
something.
say until she posts something that is really embarrassing to the family, and then everyone will be up in arms about it. But she's probably 3 or 4 months in of taping her, her mother or father or something doing something that they would not want publicly displayed. Right.
Well, and that's just it. It's, families are good about not putting our business in the street. And so if I have to tape you secretly, then you're wanting to take either, it doesn't have to be something bad. It may just be our customs that many don't know about. And it may and don't need to know about. It may be some nuances that we do just in this family. I mean, you're not taping us having game night. So what are you taping? And at 14 and 16, you don't know what is law and what is not law, but what is clear is the younger sister already feels uncomfortable
Violated,
with it. And so that alone is enough for her to step to the older sister and say, or just steal the phone, or certainly go to the parents and say, look, this is not the harmless thing that you think it is. This is a little bit more than that, because here's the other thing. Didn't she said 14, 16, and then 2 other kids who are much younger?
5 and 8. That's what I'm saying.
That's very much Lee's point.
They're all minors and they can't do that. I'm gonna tell you another thing that's really disturbing.
But it's also dangerous. It's dangerous that you have these little kids online.
But I'm gonna tell you another thing that's very disturbing to me. Because I'm on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, everything. But one thing that's very disturbing, and I think it kind of jumped off with remember the lady who just passed, Grandma Holla. Did y'all ever see her?
I saw that she passed, but I didn't know who she was.
Well, she was a character, you know what I mean? And she was in her 90s, but she still had her faculties, and she would cuss and talk about, doing things when she was younger and stuff like that. And so she was funny. You know what I mean? Even though she was clearly in failing health, she was still very lively and everything. Well, from that success, a lot of people are now starting to put their older relatives on social media. And I was going through the other night, and I saw one, and this woman clearly is like early mid stages dementia. You know what I mean? Because she knows them one minute and then the next minute she doesn't. But what's consistent is that she continues to cuss. I don't know who the F you are, and you better get out of my effing house. And boy, they just roaring. Oh, Grandma. Oh, it's so funny.
Terrible.
It's so funny. You know what I mean? And, and so, I was watching that and just cringing. And I was like, should I put a comment on here that says you taking advantage of this woman? You shouldn't
Right.
do that. You know what I
Then
mean?
they come for you.
That's what I'm saying. Which
Right.
Right.
another
Well,
Yeah.
but you know what? See, the
disturbing.
influencer, and I have to go to what the bigger
Right.
issue is. When you watch on social media, people do all manner of silly thing and then wind up getting money for it, lots of money
Mm-hmm.
for it. So
Yeah.
everybody wants to be an influencer.
Yeah.
And if the older person knows about it and agrees to it,
Yeah.
then that's one thing.
Right.
But when I am doing it, I am not telling you about it, but also this kid at 16 has her eye on Kylie Jenner, who's
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
made millions
Right.
being an influencer. And so
Right.
Mm-hmm.
they don't quite have the balance right, that you ain't hawking a product or talking about a product like
Right.
Tabitha Brown,
Yeah.
who's
Right.
cooking, and now voila, McCormick gives her own seasoning. You're literally making light of your family. If
Right.
you
Mm-hmm.
were if you were taking that same shot of your family playing Monopoly or some
Right.
board game,
Mm-hmm.
you might get to the influencer land you want to
Right.
get to, because there's a product sitting in the middle of the table, and all of a sudden we're bringing back board games and
Right.
families sitting together or whatever, so
Family
she
night.
can't even process it
Right.
in a
And what's
way that
unfortunate,
That ain't
that
it
is
funny.
was,
going
it
that
was
could
You
be
know,
useful to
right.
her.
it
And
ain't
what's
funny enough. It
unfortunate
ain't harmful
is if
enough.
she doesn't get the amount of likes or attention that she wants to get from that particular post, she's going to get more outrageous
So she does
and
more and more,
and
right?
and
Right.
or more consistent, and so she's going to be missing school because she's going to be somewhere trying to make videos because she
Right.
Hmm.
wants she wants the attention. Kim
Like Charlene.
Kardashian eats a burger on Instagram. She gets paid for that. That's how
Right.
that
Correct.
happens.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Arby's is not calling this little girl, because
Correct.
Yeah.
grandma was
Right. So
drooping on her and stuff, right?
exactly. That's why I said, at best, if they were playing some board game, she'd
Hmm.
have better luck.
And
But
if
you
she's
don't
making
get
her
clicks on
siblings,
board games.
right? But if she's making videos of her younger siblings doing things, and if those things aren't getting hit, she's going to have them start doing things that may be more dangerous,
Right. Like
Yeah.
Pat
or
said,
or
pulling
ex, or
stunts and
expose
stuff.
it. Right, right. What did she say?
She said that
Uh,
having the young kids pull stunts and
yes.
stuff.
So
And then
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Charlene was like, I pay for the cell phone, so I want to know what. Me too, Char.
Yeah.
I was,
That's what we just
But
although,
said
every
about the
parent
plan.
should do
Yeah,
that, but they don't.
she gotta go to her parents and talk about that.
and
See,
show them, but she might be telling them and telling them.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean they get it, because my granddaughter talks to me about my show and she says the same thing that the producer says, and I'm thinking, how are you having this conversation with me and you're 9? But
Mm.
I wasn't getting it because I didn't know enough about it. I think her mom may not know enough about it either, and if she could show her mom
Hmm.
the videos with the mom walking in the background in her underwear or whatever, then she might. Because I'm thinking the mom may, obviously, she doesn't have Instagram
Right.
or,
Right.
those things, because
I don't
she's
think
saying,
most people understand the access and the
oh, I
reach.
know.
They
Oh
don't
my
Yeah.
understand that
gosh.
your kids can see almost anything in the world on their phones,
Right.
and it reaches around the world. Like
Yeah.
if I send a I send a video of us doing something, or even a picture, posting a picture on Facebook, just because my friends can see it, it doesn't mean that that doesn't get. And now you can download other people's photos. You can
Oh,
do all
yeah.
kinds of tricks with the things that you see there. I think some parents don't actually understand, because it used to be they played video games, those handheld devices, and it
right.
was controlled right there in the back seat of your car. And now that is not the case. So
No.
It's
you
not.
have
What
you
is
got
it? The
4-year
Google
olds on
phone.
YouTube watching, oh God knows what, and they only need
Right.
one magic word for something inappropriate to pop up. And you
Right.
can
Right.
block those things on your TV, like some of the devices, but these
That's
kids,
strong.
especially if they're at
But
school on the
yeah,
school
so
bus.
that's the other thing. This phone ought to have some parameters on it,
Yeah.
because without it, you can look at anything, you can um, see anything, take advantage of anything, be abused by anything. I was watching the commercial for the Google phone, and they're
Hmm.
telling you about the camera in it, and how you don't like that, you can make it
Get
disappear.
out.
Right.
Right.
So I can make stuff disappear, reappear. First of all, that's not photography. Maybe we come at it with a journalistic
Right.
review, but if I
Yes.
can do that, then this kid can also manipulate a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff that's
Yes.
being put on, and then
Photoshop.
that filter of what is real and what is fake
Yeah.
means nothing
And
to
the
them.
other
They
thing,
don't possess that filter.
And the other thing, Lori, to piggyback on that I was thinking about when knowing that we would have this conversation is sometimes kids are in a house videotaping stuff, and people can find out where you live, what you have in your house,
The whole
where your
thing is
front door and back door is. You
Right.
go on vacation and come home, all your stuff is gone.
or that you have a cute 5 and 8 year
Yes,
old little
year
sister in
old,
the house.
exactly.
Right,
That's
right.
right.
Stuff like
That's
that.
right.
So
She has got to
yeah.
show her mom. So we know
Yeah.
that you told your mom, but we need you to take the phone to your mom and let her watch the
Show her.
videos that your sister is posting. Let
Wait
her
until
watch
your little
them and
sister's
show
in the
her.
shower
Yeah,
and
don't do
grab
it
the
when she's
phone.
close by. Yeah,
Yeah,
and show your mom.
Real quick, a quick PSA, a public service announcement about these phones and stuff. If any of you folks out there in podcast land have younger kids, really be careful, be vigilant
posting
in
them.
policing their phones. You know, I don't care what they say at this point. They probably should have like a child lock thing on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Correct.
You can only go so far.
Correct.
Because I personally know two parents, great close friends of mine, whose 11 and 12-year-old boys ran up over $10,000 on the sex thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
The porn sites.
yeah, and you know that's
a lot of
irresistible.
money.
That's
Yeah,
once you stumble onto that,
Yeah.
and you're 11 years old, that's
Yeah.
irresistible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, if
you're
you
moving into
if you
addiction
click it
land
and it
easily.
happens, they don't even think about the money part. Like I have
Right.
friends whose credit cards are attached to their kids' phones.
Yeah,
Which makes no sense to me.
No
at all.
sense to me either.
But
This is how this person got
yes,
jammed
that's how
up.
it happened. Right.
Yeah, because their
And
credit
tablets,
card.
all of the devices, not just phones.
Yeah,
all of the devices, the access is incredible. And I when I teach a class about researching on the internet, and one of the things I told them was that once I tried to go to the White House website and I typed in whitehouse.com.
If you do .com and not .gov,
and it was chicka chicka boom boom, and I was like, oh my god, I called IT. I was like, I am not watching porn in the office. But I tell the kids that I said the websites are designed for you to find them and stay on them.
So for mine, I wanted to. Josh was supposed to take cookies or a dessert to school the next day, and I guess he may have been in 3rd or 4th grade. And I went to crispytreats.com because I wanted to do the Rice Krispie treats.
Right.
But it was her.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for her. I was like, oh wait, no, don't look. Back up, go to your room. Hold on.
And that music, that chicka chicka boom boom music is super loud when it's going across the newsroom. It's like, oh Lord, what have I done?
Yeah.
We just have to really be more vigilant about protecting our kids.
Absolutely.
And they don't. I mean,
period.
They don't know better. The kids.
Yeah.
And
we know better.
And there's
and
so
like
many
Lee
people out there
says,
looking for them, looking for any person who will talk back to them, who will pretend to be their friend, who will, encourage them to come to the mall or not tell mom and dad that they're sneaking. All those things happen. And if they're adults doing that, then they're just really in danger. And we just have to really pay attention to what's going on with our kids on their devices.
Any little racy thing that pushes past their ear gate, eye gate, they are now glued.
Right. Yeah.
And it also opens doors for a bunch of other lewd things that at 11 and 12 you don't know you need not be in. So
did you say $10,000?
$10,000, and I'm gonna tell you what state it was, because they're they're very close friends.
Yes.
They had to go to the attorney general because they went to the phone company, and the phone company was like, "Hey, he rang it up," and they were like, "Well, he's a minor." You know what I mean? He didn't know what he was doing really. He just knew that people were talking to him. He knew it was $7 a minute.
Yeah.
And so finally, the attorney general intervened, and they rescinded the charges and stuff. But it was pretty harrowing there for a minute.
Wow.
They won't look.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for that. We did need that those moments of extra conversation about this because it's very serious and the parents need to pay attention. So Marcus Robinson said no sound. Marcus, what does that mean? You can't hear us, or we can't hear you? One or the other. So let's now move on to question number 3.
Dear Alma, my mom had me when she was 16. Now that I'm 16, I have a job and I help my mom pay bills and take care of me and my brother. With my extra money, I buy clothes so I can look good when I'm out with my friends. My problem is when my mom goes out with her friends, she wears my clothes. She is 3 times my size and stretches them out, and she looks horrible. When I started hiding my clothes, she said I was being disrespectful and I should be grateful that I have a roof over my head. How can I stop my mom from wearing my clothes in a respectful way?
Oh,
The 3 times my size part, right? The visual.
Boy, these are some doozies here tonight, boy.
The visuals of that bad boy right there.
I know, right? That's
3
ridiculous.
times my size.
That's
So,
ridiculous.
So this to me is one of those.
Look,
So Ashley says, "Child." This to me is one of those, because she said, I went to my mother, you need to be glad you got a roof over your head, right? Because that's the standard answer for parents who don't really have an answer for you.
Which is neither here nor there.
Right.
Pat said, post them on Instagram.
I like that, Pat. Patricia.
Mom might think she
might like that.
Though. Right. Mom might
That's
think
true.
Clearly she's wearing them.
Right. She may not even get that, but
no. So Astor said, I wish my mom would have worn my clothes back in the day. Hell no.
Yeah.
I know, right? And like Bessie said, keep hiding your stuff. Like I would buy something with a lock on it. Buy one of those.
I would buy stuff her size and leave it out for her.
Because if she's 16 now and mom had her when she was 16, okay, this is a 32-year-old woman. If they were around the same size, I might be able to give mom a pass. But that whole 3 sizes too big, stretching out my stuff.
I'm gonna leave this.
I would take a few of my dollars. I would take a few of my dollars. I'd buy mom some cute outfits in her own size.
She don't want that.
I would leave them. I would leave them where she comes sneaking in to get mine, and she can sneak out with those.
But it's actually simpler because clearly mom likes her taste, so mom needs to throw a couple of dollars to her and say,
right,
go buy me some stuff.
Mom said, "You living under my roof. I'm gonna wear what you wear." That's right. We just gonna be like Bobsy twins.
That's a bad visual.
Where is she going? Did she say where she's going?
I guess
when she's going out with her friends. She said when she's hanging out with her friends.
Astor said they could go shopping together, mom and daughter shop.
Yes.
But I'm assuming the mother is using all of her money to take care of her kids. And so, when her daughter comes home with something new, then she wants to put it on when she goes out with her friends.
I would
probably to the club.
I would just see this so good.
And I can see wearing her shoes, but not her clothes. Stop it.
And yeah,
worse 3 times as big. Oh, them shoes be run over. They be run over like the Titanic, man.
Manisha says she should buy 2. One in her mama's size.
That's what I said. Buy outfits in her mother's size and leave them. When she sneak in and steal an outfit, she'll steal one that fits her.
She won't.
And that is true. Mary Lou said the mother thinks that her and her daughter are friends. And I know, because you know what kills me? Don't get me wrong. I think
she likes the tight clothes.
She likes the tight clothes. And one thing that people say all the time, and it just, I'm standing there looking like, no. Like when you meet a mother and a daughter and they go, oh my gosh, I thought you guys were sisters. You see the mother's face just lights up. Oh, and the daughter is like, really? Because that is just a quasi compliment. It's not real.
Right.
It's not
real. Usually a dude saying.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't believe that. Don't feed into you should be looking exactly like your daughter. No, you
But even if I am your sister, your big sister, you are 3 sizes bigger.
Right.
Where they stretch,
they do stretch. Yes.
Maybe the
And
mom is really just trying to
the other thing.
recapture.
So if the daughter doesn't want to like go through all of that, the one thing you can do is just buy non-stretchable clothes, baby, and
with a
buy
zipper.
buy the stuff that don't stretch,
With a
and
zipper.
now mama can't wear it.
Buttons and a zipper.
Right. Buttons and a zipper.
Well, it sounds like what's happening here is that she's just trying to recapture that 16-year-old life, and
Yeah.
she,
Of course.
and I'm sure she's, maybe she's not verbally guilting her daughter for being the reason she had a baby at 16, but some mothers have a way of doing that. Like, you owe me.
Right.
You owe me.
Right.
I didn't get my teen life or my my 20s because I had you.
Right.
So you should just be okay with me doing this. She wants
Which
to be
had nothing to
16
do with
again.
me.
Nothing.
Mhm.
And
Like
you
I
can't
said,
be
I'm gonna let
16
y'all
again.
handle this one.
Oh, come on, weigh in, Lee.
Oh,
Come on
come
now.
on
You
in,
no, no, no,
hit
no,
Listen,
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
on the
no.
tip of
You
my
got
tongue.
opinion on
No,
everything.
no.
What does your gut tell you on this one?
No, I'll tell you when we get off there. I ain't getting into that.
Oh, see, you don't want my ratings to go up. Hit. I think it is true. The mom is trying to relive her youth, but
Yes.
that's
Right.
not the way to do it.
No.
That's
No.
not the way to do it.
Listen,
So
you
what
got
should
to
she
do-
do?
I
So
feel
what
you.
does she
You can't
do?
do really except just keep telling her,
Right.
Mama, you can't
Buy clothes that don't stretch. Buy clothes that don't stretch. And that way she and mom ain't got to hassle. Get the jeans with no stretch. They done put nylon and lycra in everything. All right, but go get the non-kind. Get the jeans that don't have stretch to them.
That's got a zipper.
Because I
and
got a
button.
feeling the 16-year-old is at least a size 6, and mom then is at least a size 10. So it's not like mom's a huge woman. But even if you're trying to put a size 10 body in size 6 clothes, you still got a mess going on.
Where you get them dimensions from?
Because I'm trying to lure you in. Come on.
Where you get them dimensions?
The assumption was when she
trying
said
to
3
lure
times.
you in, Lee. Come on.
But when you said 3 times, the assumption was that she was like plus
Yeah,
size.
she's like
That may not.
That might not be the case. No.
But it still may not fit.
Yeah.
It still
Correct.
does not
Because the little
fit.
girl at 16, the little girl could be a size 6. She could be a 4 or a 6.
She can also
So
be
that,
a
and if you're going
It
to
could be a 10 or a 14
she can be an 8 or a 10.
yeah.
No.
I get the impression from this that not her like luscious lady curls was stretching this out, but that bucket of fried chicken she had 2 weeks ago. So I'm thinking that she almost to the point of modeling tents for the army. Okay?
No. See, I knew you had something.
And that's why I said I want to get into it.
I am 3 sizes bigger than my mother, but I'm not a plus size.
Your mama is a size 4 or 2.
That's the point. That's the same point I'm making. So 3 sizes up.
The fact may
mommy a
not be
size
that she is a large woman. It just means she's too large for her clothes.
For her clothes, exactly.
She can take her
The
shopping.
letter implied
Lee,
that she
I'm
was
with you.
too
I'm
large to
with
be
you,
wearing
Lee.
these clothes because it made her look crazy. This is what the
No.
letter implied.
Thank you,
No.
Lee.
So-
Yes,
so-
that's
It made
what I
the
got
so
too.
going from an
style.
8 to
I
a
thought the
12
style. I
make you
thought
look
whatever
crazy.
she was wearing
Right.
was
Yeah.
inappropriate for her
What-
age and the
age.
style that
Right.
she was wearing. I didn't.
I'm
realize
with
her size
Charlene.
so much.
Charlene's like, is it a 16 wide?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Because it sounds like she's sweating gravy. That's
Thank
all I'm
you.
saying.
That's all I'm saying. Like she ain't
And
got
nothing. See, but that is what we call background knowledge.
Right.
You went where you're that.
That is hilarious.
Nothing in this letter says she's a large woman. It
Yeah,
just
well,
says
I
she
got
was
that.
bigger than her.
3 sizes
And
bigger, stretching out her
They
stuff.
should go shopping
I
together, and the daughter should suggest. She don't even have to suggest clothes for her. Just buy her clothes in her own size.
And remember, women's clothes don't go up 1. 3 sizes is 2.
Right,
So that's
right.
6 numbers.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because when I was 16, I was a size 10, but I look good. But I was a
Right.
size
But
10.
Right.
that exactly. So
Brown girls got butts. So what?
And her butt
That
don't
is
fit in her
not-
clothes after her mama wears it.
period.
Hey, that's all she's saying. And her mama's butt
That's right.
is
When I
not
was a
a
16, when I was a 16-year-old girl, I was outside. Okay. Y'all are not gonna pull me into this. I am
Oh,
not.
you in
You already
deep.
came
You in
in
deep.
talking about she's sweating
I don't want to
gravy.
be getting hate mail for the next.
I think the two things you said was she looked like she wearing the chicken and she's sweating gravy.
Right.
So whatever it is that you're going to be harassed and
Oh, you heard
boycotted
that.
for,
You heard that.
Yeah,
Right?
we kind of heard that.
I'm with you, Lee, and I ain't mad at you because I didn't sweated a chicken, and
You know what I mean?
like, it is what it is.
There ain't no
And
size.
one time in my life, I weighed 300 pounds. Now
Get
I was
out of town.
See, you didn't even know. I knew you then. You knew me then
No.
too.
Were you pregnant?
No, I was not.
Oh, Al, come on, Al. I'll never.
I was. Lori, do you remember? Come on in.
I do not remember.
I know. And yes, you do. You just didn't. Yeah.
I only knew. I don't remember at the time, but I knew because you told me.
Y'all knew me.
You know, when I was pregnant, they called me a Winnebago. So.
But see, at least those are conditions that would make you 3 sizes. And what you would not do is then try to slip into the clothes of somebody 16 years old.
I think
little sis,
at this age, I wouldn't try to slip into the clothes of a 16-year-old, even if I could fit them. I mean, everything that they sell to them is cut off and is short and
split up and slit, and some of it could be cute and doesn't have to be overly young. Yeah, well, some of it you can go into Forever 21 today and find something that might, again, if you go into the club, you might find something. But in this instance, her question was, what should she do? Because again, this is her money that she's working with, and she should not spend that she's working for. She should not spend it on a mom. Now, what she should do is just say, "Hey, mom, give me a couple of dollars. I'm going to, and I'll get you
the same.
What you need. Short of that, hide your stuff."
I'll get you some hot pants and
short of that, hide your stuff.
Tina said I was big bone during that time.
Big boned it. Big boned it. You're big boned it. All right,
don't we know that response? You know what? You got big bone.
Quick question. I have been to the club so long with anybody my age, or for anybody for that matter. What would y'all wear right now if you went to the club?
You would be
the go-to is a pair of jeans.
Grandmother.
Yeah, the go-to is a pair of jeans and a nice a black turtleneck or whatever.
Can you get in the club with jeans these days?
Girls can.
Oh, you can. That's all
women
people
can wear
these days.
to the club.
A bunch of raggedy stuff. Don't nobody dress up no more.
I wouldn't wear jeans. No, I wouldn't wear jeans. I would have on like black leggings. I would have on heels, boots. Now I'd be sitting down most of the time, but I would, and I might walk in the club in the flat slipper things and put the boots on once I got to the table.
So you have a dress on?
No, I would have on black leggings. Because I like my hips. I would have, because I would wear black leggings and a nice top that falls beautifully on top and is not squeezing to see my rolls or anything like that, but accentuating, my highlights, because I like curvy. I'm curvy. I like curvy. I don't want to look like an 11-year-old boy. Never has, never will, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
Yeah, and like Charlene said, a tight,
Go ahead, Charlene.
There you go, girl.
That's it.
Charlene, were you at the club over the weekend or something?
Charlene was at the club.
She was precise with that outfit, wasn't she?
Yeah.
That was a good question, Lee. As a matter of fact, I think we should get together.
I don't even think it matters anymore. It seems like people just go anywhere, anytime, whatever they have on.
Looking a hot mess.
Yeah.
The style and fashion
you don't want to be that person going up in the club now with all these young people. They talking about, look at so daddy sitting over there in the club. What are you doing up in here?
With the belt up the head.
With the coat, with the patch on.
With the patches. Well, you better put on you gonna look like the man looking for the young girl whose rent you can pay, a car you can buy,
look up now.
And all of that. Yeah.
One of the house hats like vampire used to wear.
Speaking of TikTok and all those things, this girl had posted her grandmother going to church with a walker and her high heel shoes on. She had some shoes on.
Go, girl.
She needed the walker.
There you go. Go, girl.
Jesus got her, I guess.
She had on pantyhose
and high heels. And she said, "Grandma, did you need
what Barbranda just helped when she edited the book of the woman with the church hats?
Yes,
that was great.
That was fantastic. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
And she was
about
home on COVID going to church dressed in full throttle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Going to church was going to church for her. And
Yes.
every Sunday, she said, I'm going to still give it to y'all.
That was wonderful. Hey,
Don't
you
think
guys,
because mother ain't there.
8:05. Y'all done run over.
It is 8:05. Y'all done ran on. Oh, I'm getting some notes from the producer person. Whoop, whoop.
Right.
So thank y'all for joining us tonight. I mean, Lori, Lee, Dee, and I are grateful. Love it when y'all come and sit down at the table with us. We have a fantastic time. Everybody who logged on, Sean and Manisha, everybody, like, thank you so much. We appreciate
Before
it.
you go, I gotta ask Charlene if I could come over and get an outfit. So when I gotta go
I'm
out,
telling you, man. Red satin top.
she was
Gee, I
ready.
think I got a leather jacket you can borrow. Yeah, girl, we be
Oh, my
ready.
goodness.
Cause you know I gave all that stuff away.
I still got
We didn't
mine.
even get to talk about Chris Rock, so maybe next time.
Next time we're gonna
Next
talk for
time.
sure. We definitely have to bring out Chris Rock. So you guys come back and see us next Tuesday. Tell a friend, email your sister, cousin, and your brother, and tell them to log on too. And we'll meet y'all back here Tuesday at 7. All righty. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.